Hello and welcome to another video on the channel, and welcome to a custom tactics, instructions and formation video from me. It's been a while since we last uploaded one, and this is the team that we are using in a 4-3-2-1 setup. And guys, I really recommend staying for the entirety of this video because I'm going to explain every position, instruction and custom tactic in a lot of detail so it helps you understand. And as well, if you want to see gameplay with this team, go over to Viperlization 2. You can see some rank 1s and some rank 2s over there with this formation and tactics, as well as the fact that the team has changed just a little bit. The last one you would have seen, I don't know if it was on my pay to win or my road to glory, but Sauer and Bruno, of course, weren't in here, nor was Harry Kane or Luke Shaw. It was Zulbadir that I was using here. Up front was George Best 90. I can't remember the other two midfielders. I think it was David Alaba, and I cannot remember the other one, unfortunately. But this is the new team, and I'm going to explain the tactics in a lot of detail, so let's get into it. If you need cheap, fast, and reliable FC24 coins, make sure to go to MMOEXP.com and use my code VIPER to get 5% off your order. So guys, as I said, 4-3-2-1 is the formation. First player we're going to be talking about is Harry Kane. Stay central and stay forward on Harry Kane. Now, I do really recommend someone that's a bit bulkier up front, someone that can hold up the play for the two wide players, and Harry Kane is amazing at doing that. He's very, very physical. He's not the slowest. His finishing is absolutely absurd, and he's got incredibly good passing for a striker. Long ball pass and incisive pass works very, very well on him, and he is just there to kind of feed the wide players, and if he ever gets the chance to score, he will score every single opportunity. So you want someone that's got good passing, good hold-up play, and can finish his dinner absolutely comfortably. Eusebio's quite good at doing that. I'm sure you guys kind of know the kind of player that you need here. And our right centre forward, now this doesn't have to be how you set up with the two wide players here. I'll explain in a bit more detail shortly. Get in behind and stay forward on Thierry Henry. Now here's my pace merchant. So for you, maybe Eusebio, maybe Kylian Mbappe, player of the month, which I imagine a lot of you who are watching this have got. But the reason he's on getting behind and stay forward is because he's able to get in behind very, very well because he's got rapid plus and quick step. And the balls over the top from the midfield are really OP to someone that's got rapid plus. So you kind of want to put someone here that's an absolute pace merchant. Go for the cutback, go down to the byline, look for the cutback, or cut inside and look for the trivela with the person that is your right centre forward. In my personal experience, that's what works for me. Anthony is just on comeback on defence, and I kind of need to wait till we get to the fullbacks to explain this in a bit more detail. But Anthony only on comeback on defence. I really do like as well, guys, having my right-sided player as a right footer, left-sided player as a left footer for the broken trivelas on this game. So that's something else to consider when you go into this formation and tactics. If you want to be getting rank 1s, rank 2s, rank 3s, you need to be following this kind of meta and kind of composition of the formation and team. So that is why I've got Anthony there. Our first midfielder that we're going to take a look at is Sauer. Get forward on her. This used to be on Zinedine Zidane until I completed Sauer's SBC. Now, Sauer essentially works, or your right centre mid should be working as like a cam or just more of an advanced midfielder. And that's what we've got with Sauer. Very good for the Trivelas. Very, very good passing and like 92 or 93 finishing. Means she's very, very well versed at going forward into the attacking areas and being an absolutely massive asset. It's mostly for her Trivelas. Her Trivelas are so broken. And she's got press proven plus, which is really, really nice for the ability to kind of left stick dribble a lot. So that is why Sauer is there on get forward. Our left central midfielder, Zidane in this case, is our box to box, up, down, 5-star weak foot, so can play on this side very comfortably and is very, very good at coming back on defense because he's got really, really strong physicals and has a big body type in game. So irrespective of the fact that he doesn't have a lot of defending, he bodies a lot of players because of how strong he is. Bruno Fernandes is my CDM, and you should look at this position here, the middle central midfielder, always as your CDM, and that is what Bruno's going to be doing for us. He's stay up while attacking and cover centre. First of all, you might be sitting there thinking, why would I use Bruno Fernandes as a CDM? I'll have you know, guys, that he's actually an insane CDM because he's got anticipate and intercept. It's very nice from deep as well, guys, to have the ability to play the over-the-tops because he's got long ball pass plus. Works really well. Believe it or not, Bruno is a great CDM. And still can come forward every now and then. Look for the Trivela, the power shot. He's got that in his locker as well. So, you know, you don't really want this player to be coming forward. He needs to be your pivot to kind of dictate the play. But Bruno's very good at doing that either way. You need someone here that's got really good passing play styles and then anticipate or intercept If you can get both, absolutely incredible. Then we've got our fullbacks, which are probably the most important players in this team, I would say. Cafu, stable while attacking and overlap. The reason he's on stay back while attacking is because Henry is on stay forward. Now, of course, you can set this up the other way around if you prefer your left-sided player to be on stay forward. But for me, I like to have Cafu defensively. He's not very good going forward. He's got some assets going forward, but not many. So having him on stay while attacking is very helpful. Come back on defense with Anthony means that Kai Havertz is going to be on overlap and balanced. Kind of want him to go forward. He's got good shooting. He's got good travelers. He's got the ability to whip in a crazy pass because he's got, or cross with whipped pass. So I want him to kind of get involved in the attack where he can. So what's going to end up happening here, guys? Kai Havertz is going to go forward. Anthony's going to be sitting a little bit deeper than he should be to kind of defend if Kai Havertz gets caught out. But not only that as well, guys, if you consider the way the team's kind of set up, Luke Shaw will probably push a little bit further into that left-back role. Blanc will stay as like that middle centre-back or the right centre-back. Cafu will stay as a right-back, and Bruno Fernandes can drop a little bit deeper and offer that kind of, second centre-back, I suppose. And it works really, really well, to be fair. That's the way I set up, and that's what I like with my instructions. Let's get into the custom tactics. So, guys, here are my really, really, really aggressive custom tactics. Now, these are meant for people that are on the front foot and that can dominate games and want to dominate games. Press after possession loss is great for that. If you guys watch real world football, which I imagine all of you do, it's the gegenpress. And if you've got a lot of players that have relentless in your team, means that they can go for the full 120 minutes without this being an issue. I have a lot of relentless players in my team. You don't really need it for attackers, but on the midfield, it's very important to have where you can. But press after possession loss really does allow you to get the ball back quickly and start counter-attacks. You can start counter-attacks even in, your own third. Let's say you get dispossessed on the attack. You're going to be able to win that ball back very, very quickly and restart the counter-attack, but from your final third, which is absolutely incredible, or their final third, should I say. Works really, really well. 50 width, I feel like you push this up too high, you come up against the diamond formation, a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, you're going to get absolutely destroyed down the middle. And then if you drop this, too low, cutbacks are an issue already. So if you drop this too low, you are going to be in a lot of trouble. You're more than likely going to want to have this, if anything, a bit higher than lower, because everybody's playing for cutbacks. But I like to have it on 50. Works well for me. I just don't see an issue with 50 width. Another very interesting thing here, guys. I know a lot of people like the 71 depth, and I understand why. I like it even higher than that. I like to keep my line very high to win the ball back and play offside traps and constantly play the opposition offside. So you don't have to worry about the cutbacks too much. You can kind of always catch them out. How to be controlling your defenders manually to really get the most out of this. If you want to drop this down a little bit to 71 depth, I understand. But the higher you have this, the more chance you have at kind of not having to worry about the cutbacks or the spam to the wingers all the time, because your line is so high. You can play the opposition offside an awful lot. Works really well with press after possession loss as well. So as well, guys, leaning into that kind of counter-attacking play, fast build-up is what I'm using. This is very, very difficult to use at the start. When I started using this, I didn't really enjoy it. But once you kind of get the feeling of where your players are going to run to, their positions, this is the best tactic on the entire game. Allows you to counter-attack at lightning speed, absolutely incredibly lightning speed. And, if you have got good midfielders for this, you're going to be able to tiki-taka very, very quickly and get through the opposition's line and have a chance on goal straight away. It's very, very good. As I said, hard to get used to. You're going to need to practice with this a little bit, but it's very good for counter-attacks. It's very good for people that like to play very fast FIFA or FC24 and hit on the break very, very quickly and not really give your opposition a chance. Also works well if you're kind of dominating the ball. You have lots of options going forward. Yeah, you might have to dribble around a few players in the midfield to kind of find the option. But as I said, that's why the composition of stats and play styles in the midfield is so, so crucial. We've got long ball pass on all of our midfielders. We've got incisive on all of our midfielders. And it really is quite helpful, because you need to find a difficult pass. Every single one of the midfielders can find it. So it's very important that you do have the right midfielders for the 4-3-2-1, in my personal opinion. Forward runs as well. Very, very, very good, mixed in with everything else we've got here, guys. Very good for the incisive pass again, a long ball pass. There's always an option, it feels like, in the final third, as long as your brain is switched on. As long as you're switched on, you can always find a pass here. Look for the cutbacks easier. somebody always making a run for you, which is just nice to always consistently be active and not have, you know, the attacking AI just be stale and static. You don't want that. So forward runs kind of allows you to not have that kind of staticness that this game really does have in the attacking sense. That is why I like forward runs. 45 width, just my personal, you know, favourite again. The 4-3-2-1 is actually quite a narrow formation, believe it or not. And I kind of like playing into that. I've always been a narrow fan. But, you know, your width mostly is going to come from Thierry Henry in my case and Anthony, plus also Cafu and Havertz. More so Havertz, but your fullbacks are super important, right? You need to have good fullbacks in this formation to get the width consistently, and that's how you're going to get it. So having this on 45 is just kind of my personal preference and what I like. I've always had 6 players in the box, guys. Just very good for the cutbacks, very good for the whip passes from Kai Havertz as well. You want to have this on at least 5, so you actually have some players to cut back to, and you're not just looking for one player in the box all the time. It just doesn't work. You need to have this quite high. Corners and free kicks, guys, as I always say, entirely up to you. But those are the custom tactics and instructions. And I hope I've explained it well enough, guys. I hope this does help you. It's a very good formation. It's my favourite in years. I prefer this to the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow of last year. So aggressive, so good on the attack. A little bit suspect in defence, but just learn how to defend properly and you'll be absolutely fine with this. You know, defending, really all you need is Anticipate Plus. So just have that, guys, and you'll be absolutely fine. And if this does help you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell to never miss a video. But guys, that's going to be it from me for now, so take care.